That was a new song. Unexpected. Oh, how's everybody doing?
Oh, how everybody's doing. I'm doing pretty okay. But yeah. But tomorrow I gotta go back to work again. So.
Well, so do I, and that's good news for me.
In
Still gonna be behind the 8 hole, but yep.
In my case,
it's good news.
Well, for me, of course, it's 2, but weekend. I wouldn't mind a 4-day weekend.
Well, but maybe we can time all of my shutdowns to do the Slim Cyborg studies.
Oh.
So
yeah, I just woke up.
We're gonna start with Roger.
Ooh,
lay of the land, everybody.
Roger that.
Roger has found a new dragon. A new fucking comet-sized dragon.
Oh my.
Okay, my friends, I have some
That's lower him.
Stunning information. I'm just going to give you the lay of the land. Everybody, I always assume everybody knows everything. Well, this is obviously America. That's
assume.
Florida. This is the Gulf of America.
Well, it's Gulf of Mexico, dumbass.
Oh, he's one of those. Is he?
Yeah. He's Megan.
We liked you. We liked you. And what? You seemed like such a nice guy.
Well, now he is a dumbass too, so
yeah.
I think that's what we're dealing with. Assholes and dumbasses. And sometimes they are both. But in Roger's case, I just think he's a guy.
Yeah, I think his case is like, but my family always votes Republican. It could be something like that. But like we already know he doesn't have any logical skills, so yeah, he'll probably fall for all the fake news and shit that Trump spouts at. Yeah.
Gulf of America. And this, of course, is California and all the way up to Alaska.
Most of the world doesn't know what you're talking about because most of the world doesn't have a Gulf of America.
Well, I don't even recognize it.
No.
And I'm in America.
Yeah. Sad times.
And out to the Aleutian Islands. And we're going to be looking at Mount Spur, which is up here in what used to be called the Gulf of Alaska.
And that's now also called the Gulf of
It is still called the Gulf of Alaska. It's called the Gulf of Alaska. He's calling it the Gulf of Spur now because he has named his dragon.
The Gulf of Spur. And why? Well, this is one gigantic volcano all the way out to here. And this plays a part in it. This is beyond, so far beyond. There is no beyond that can describe this. Get ready. All right, this is my claim, and they say it. 8.8% ice lost.
So, it's crowd mobile not.
Oh, wait. So all that ice that disappeared unveiled another dragon. Right? Do I score points?
Right, I guess so.
For guessing his delusion?
Well, I didn't watch it really more than a few minutes in because I wanted to save some of the blunder, right, for me, so that it would surprise even me.
Yeah.
right up in this area. 22% lost over in this area. This is not good. This is starting to belch methanes. And they know this. They've been talking about belching methanes for a while now.
Now it's a tundra. You can operate this. I'm getting a call from work.
What? Oh. Okay. Okay, so the commander is getting a call. Yeah, I don't know what he is thinking. 5% of its glacier ice since the year 2000. It's actually quite a bit. That is quite a bit. Like 5%, that doesn't sound like a lot, but we had a lot of it. So losing 5% is actually quite a bit. So what do we think he's gonna...
I'm back. What happened was, I'm back. What happened was, I had to take the car in because the car wasn't saved that home because it had been vandalized and a whole bunch of other drama. So I took the car down here, and that was the shovel drive. And they just wanted to make sure that I was here, so
okay, good.
I had to take the call. So Roger is recognizing that when the permafrost melts, it releases methane, and that's bad. It did create not maybe blind, but maybe he's not going to blame it on global warming. Maybe he'll blame it on its lag. What do you want to bet?
He probably blames it on the Democrats.
Everybody but this is as bad as it gets, and everything there is starting to melt. And then as the melt happens, the biology starts to rot, basically. And these little ice balls, these little green moss balls, are all over up in here because all of the biology has melted, or the ice has melted away, and the biology is on the surface. All right, I know I've jumped from this to that and the other thing, but everything is related. These are the green moss balls right up in...
The green moss balls.
Oh, yeah, I actually did read that what's from Mild about the ball. I'll have to look for why we planned this.
I was just thinking about that clip. Roger,
it's like balls.
Balls. Yeah.
I'll have to find it.
Yeah, and hello, Al, and Flying Mouse. What?
Yeah, that's Mousy Files. She's usually hangs out with Blair, and it's great to have you.
And hello, Demon Orb.
And hello, Demon Orb.
Welcomes.
Oh yeah, that's a joke because basically and about this time and about a month, about November of 2023, there was a running joke where there was krill missing, and the penguins were like, well, we will trade you weapons grade uranium until we can find krill. With some silliness going on with, but yeah. That's where the uranium comes from.
Matt Haney's area up there, and they're everywhere. You see how many there is? Every single one of these balls, 100%, are covered with moss.
Mary balls covered with moss.
Mary balls.
I'm surprised he's not gonna go there, but we had to go there because, well, I think that it would be more hygienic anyway if they were gay.
And that's because it's thawing out from the creature's gigantic, enormous, dead body. And these are now coming to the surface, and all of that moss wants a place to live, and it's eating off of those biological little meatballs.
Meatballs. If they're meatballs, please go collect them and go eat them. Oh, fuck. Oh, Roger. Oh, Roger. Oh, Roger.
Oh,
Roger.
Or Roger.
And that's what they were, they're little meatballs. Right in there is a meatball. And the roots are coming in from every different direction. They say they move and so forth. Yes, they follow the sun, and they move, and they grow, and they move, and they turn. You can actually see the way they're twisting here. It's rolling in that direction. This stuff here wants to get some light. It's already got plenty. It goes back around, and they just keep going and going. All right, so Matt Haney, please, my friend, let's have a reasonable discussion about this. I'm not out to cause any issues. I just want to see something realistic.
Let's stay reasonable. Let's stay reasonable about this.
Maybe those are just balls of moss, and they're not neat guys.
Oh,
and hopefully to discuss it. That's all. All right, thank you. I love you all. We shall continue this until spur pops. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye. All right, now here's what you want to see here. This is spur, and they have an advisory out about it. And then they have, this one went off, and the Great Sitkin is just a little further. Attica. Now,
I wonder if there's been blue quakes. This is just like a chain of rock to you. I don't think it's a waking dragon.
Let's take a look at this on Google Earth, and I can explain to you what this is. It's very hard to accept, but it is what it is. Okay, the only way to do this is to do this. This is Crowley Lake. These are the columns. They have no explanation for this.
They probably do. I don't know them, but because I've not seen it, but like that they look like stalactites and stalagmites that have come together, or some other corrosion thing. Like, looks cool.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's an explanation.
Yeah.
Something is harder than the other. It's probably just erosion, and there's no soft sandstone. Oh, wait, here's something about mixture. But something oddly.
I do. I know exactly what they are. You see this black here, and you see the red up there? Well, those are the two different colors of blood. This is the color of skin. Kaolin clays. It's got to be close to that. It's some kind of real, like fluffy skin.
Yeah, the poor feather. It used to soar amongst the clouds, but now it's relegated to pointing at nonsense. We should have them in browsers. And speaking of...
It's pointing at regular stuff. Just the explanation put to it is nonsense. Just like this is actually quite... That's quite cool, but like, it's nothing living.
I would like to go there and see that. I really would. Good see.
And these are the hairs that are coming out through it. And where are those hairs from? Well, they're from a gigantic creature. And here's where they come out through the top.
And why are the hair follicles so much thicker? Because...
Why are they thicker and made of stone?
Yeah, like... What animal has, like, some animals have slightly thicker hair, but like if your hair is that thick, it can't even fucking bend. Then those things are called horns or spikes, like a porky pig, right? Or porcupine.
No, they were that thick and they were made of keratin. They'd be like worms. They wouldn't be like, yeah.
And this is a gigantic hair follicle as well.
Like a hedgehog.
They'd be called quills.
Yeah.
And hedgehogs had quills. Porcupines didn't much.
Yeah.
You know, it's not quite as big as those, but it's pretty big. And this is what a hair follicle looks like when it comes out right through the top. It's got that little crusty looking spot around it. And then the rest of it is underneath here.
And your average human hair is approximately 0.003 of an inch. Thicker hair is about 4,000 to 5,000. The thinnest average head hair I found was from, and I'm not being racist, I'm just saying that different groups of people have much or less coarse hair. Asia. Because I actually did ask people for samples of hair to measure when I was taking the machinist class, and there were people willing to offer strands of hair just because they were curious how thick their hair was.
A ball, which is the erector pili muscle, the sebaceous gland, the root ball, and the two little vein and artery, which is where the red and the black come from at Crowley Lake. So these are Crowley Lake fibers. Now, where is Crowley Lake in relation to Alaska? Well, it's nowhere near Alaska. It's way down in California.
Now, why are we even talking about that if it's related to your fucking Alaskan dragon?
Yeah. All right, just open your mind. Don't get crazy.
Hey, Al.
Don't let it spill out all over the place. Hi, Al. Hi, Top Tester. Great to see everybody.
They had an eruption there last night. I was in contact with Matt Haney up there at the Alaska Volcano Observatory. Very nice guy. Now, I am going to show you why
this doesn't know who you are.
Is related to Spur over here, which is it's right up top. And it's related to Crowley Lake, which is down here. This is all one creature.
Yeah.
This is all one creature, all the way up.
Hey, Jasp.
It's all one creature. Hi, Jasper. Great to see you too. We got how many countries here? I don't know where Christopher is from, but I know that we got US, we got Canada, we got Netherlands. I don't know where Top Caster's from. And we got a bunch of
pincher. I call him Scorpzilla. There's his face.
Scorpzilla.
Oh, we have to copyright that. We have to copyright that. Oh, Deeped Theodolia, that looks like a raptor head. He found another one. And that's where his beard
is down here in Crowley Lake. This is his eyeball. I'm telling you, this thing, all of California basically is his head. And you run up his neck up here. Now,
that's a central valley, but
where does all that stuff, the venom, because this is a venom to his pincher. This is where it was created. All of this is where it's created. It squirts it right up. And I'm going to show you.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about balls. That's where it's created, and that's where it's squirted out. What? Yeah, sorry, my mind went.
It's stored in the balls. It's stored in the balls.
My apologies.
This in pretty good detail. It's very hard to miss. Now, you have to look at the structure of this. This is actually the tube. This is the tube that comes down and squirts out of that injector.
Dude, you've been talking to the guys there that watch the volcanoes and shit. So you know it's a volcano. You just explained it's a volcano. Then how the fuck Is it an animal?
Yes, it is uncircumcised.
This right here.
Yep. What?
Take your time. Don't forget.
I thought he was talking about me.
No, Christopher was making the observation that Squarbzilla is uncircumcised.
Yeah, okay.
Wouldn't be able to pinch anybody.
Again, I thought he was talking about.
There's no room here.
Never mind.
The injector comes way out to here, and it's squirted around here. You see this? When it died, it squirted all this stuff out.
That was a hell of a money shot, wasn't it?
Fuck! If that's the moment you die. There's worse ways to go.
But the injector stops right about here somewhere. Now, that should have been twisted back here to spring out, which is exactly where it would go. You see the wrinkles here? That's the pin. I follow it around. This whole thing. Let me see if I can figure.
Even scorpions do not have a pin. They do not have a latch on that thing.
To show you this. Just think of it like this. It rocks on that pin and backs right into this wrinkly spot, which probably has some kind of whether it pulls here or whether it pushes there. I'm not sure, but it would be cocked in here, ready to.
Now, if GloberMom was here, she would turn that into a short right there.
And he would sweep somebody into that tail, which is a pretty good sized tail. Comes way out to here.
So first the tail goes out to there with the squirty stuff. I wish I had that add-on where Lim and like jaw here. We'll have to get that. Because that could add to our community.
You get somebody right in there and just goes, and then the guy's dead. So what is that?
He wasn't killed by more than massive thing penetrating his body, but yeah.
He wasn't killed by the countryside stingy thing. Yeah, the supersonic winds that would be involved in that thing to be a ray. No. But he was killed by what the stuff.
What's that stuff made out of? Well, it's made out of some pretty nasty stuff. And it runs all the way from his back, all the way up here to where it comes out to the injector. Now, it erupted out here, and when I show you the series of earthquakes, this is the anus, this is the butt, the cloaca, all that stuff. Now, something's crazy going on here because
cloaca. It's or you have an anus or you have a cloaca. You can't have fucking both, dumbass.
I forget what the difference is. It's like the cloaca where the eggs come out of.
Birds have, and like other creatures that lay eggs. That's like where you piss and shit out of the same hole.
It's shitting past babies out of the same hole.
Yeah. Well, no, eggs, not babies.
Gotcha.
This is only like 50, 60 meters deep, and then it goes to thousands or something. Over here, same thing, right on the surface. This is really his body, goes all the way out here. Now, why it's so high up here?
It's called the continental shelf. Stupid.
Why he's so high there? It's because he did a lot of drugs. He must be on drugs.
You know, I could never deal with Roger does because I can't cut the drugs needed to see all the things that he does. And, you know, because you need time to build the YouTube channel.
I actually think I could, come up with the shit he finds, but I don't know. It's yeah. I couldn't.
It would take more effort
control my
without the
laughter.
drugs.
I probably couldn't control my laughter.
Definitely take more effort without the drugs. Might be fun.
Yeah.
I have to hand out some mod wrenches. If they know top testers are regular on Slim.
Who?
Oh, and Jet Monkey just put out a video. We're gonna have to get one a shout out.
Oh, well, we gotta find the link so we can do that. Give him an out shout.
Yeah,
I'll do that after.
I just told it.
I'm obviously playing a game as always. So
I got the link to Monkey's video.
Ooh, okay, cool.
So
everybody go check it out.
I was in Swindon and I didn't get to manage to get drunk with the drunk monkey, and it was fun. That was before my mom got sick and everything went to hell.
Yeah.
It's hard to say where his body actually goes. I don't know how big the damn thing was, but that's what I would say was his injector. And down here in his shoulder, where do you see what's coming out here? This is not just runoff. Look at these different colors. Look at all those nasty colors. And then when you get in real close, this is all dragon stuff.
It's not scientific. This is all dragon
These
stuff.
are all like dragon scales. You see?
Raji.
They're not hills.
Roger. Face. That's just charade. I'm in a dragon scale.
And valleys. You know, you could say, oh, no, Roger, you're crazy. Well, you could say that, but I'm not crazy, and they are not. Just hills and valleys. And they're making all of these nasty colors, and it just keeps sweeping all the way up his back. All the way up. Look at these things. Does that look natural to you?
Yes.
You know, I've shown you the stuff that Typhon has coming out of him. It's a similar situation. It's just nasty stuff. And now we get all the way up to Spur. This is what confused me, because it's an avian creature. It has a cloaca. Right up here. That's Spur right there. It pops right up there and poops out here, and the urine side comes here. The two of them add together.
How the fuck you know this?
He's like a 10-year-old. He's like a 10-year-old boy. Just everything is PvP and dragon. So.
And balls. And planet vagina.
And balls. Yep. See, according to him, oh, hi, Stop the Stupidity. Great to see you. How you doing?
Hey, Stop. What's up, motherfucker?
And Heidi. And Jason. Awesome. Great to see everyone here.
No, he did find other balls, Ivy.
Yeah, he found new balls.
Together, and there's the pincher that pinches it off, the sphincter muscle. See that? This is where Mount Spurs right here. And when
that's where Mount
it poops,
Spurs.
it comes out around here, it comes down here, and the urine side comes out here and meets up here. Now,
what's it eating and drinking so that it feeds and pees him? Any ideas?
Probably other planets or something, because like I wouldn't know what else.
So,
what else
certainly there shouldn't be enough.
What else does a planet-sized creature eat and drink?
There's got to be other planets.
this is what confused me, because there's so much chemistry going
That's
on.
not the only
I'm looking
thing.
at all these things and well, what the hell is going on there? Which I'm still not sure, to be perfectly honest with you, but it is all part of his back. Watch where the height we are here right now is minus 127 meters.
Now that's approximately 300 feet. Earth as a meter is a little bit less than 5 feet. So thinks that has something to do with acting
minus
dry.
70 meters. Over here it's minus 4,000 meters. This thing's 4,000 meters tall. That's a couple of miles, I mean thick when it lands there. Same up here. Look up here. It's all in this area. It's like minus 218, minus 230. You come over here, it's minus 4,751. So we're way up in his back. And all of that stuff comes
Way
out
up in his crack.
to the pincher out here. And if you look at the earthquake,
Graham?
Oh, he even has the pincher.
He makes point crab.
seismology type of thing, it's right on this line. And that particular line is the delivery device for all this nastiness.
What nastiness? It's a fucking volcano and a mountain range. Which, by the way, I might actually want to see those mountain ranges someday. They must be beautiful.
I looked at this and I thought, wow, what is all this? This is not digestion, I don't think. And it isn't. I think it's the area where it's setting up
rocks.
for all of this venom is coming out of here.
Yeah, definitely venom.
And think, planet venom. One planet stings another, I guess.
You see how that's an abrupt transition. Now, you say, oh, it's just coming over a hill. Well, maybe. It's still an abrupt transition. This is where all of this is that nasty stuff I showed you was being built up.
It's called snow and ice and makes it be nasty. I see a glacier.
And now it's all coming out and it's sweeping down here. All the way down. You see it? It's all over the place coming out here.
That's ice or snow, dude. What's wrong with you? It's just ice.
What's wrong with him? A lot? Like, we just learned that he's mega?
Well, I kind of figured that because a few other times he was talking about that Trump had to do something about them scientists because he didn't understand science. And they kept calling him a tinfoil hat idiot and honey. And it takes a lot for that to happen because a lot of the especially like Fermi labs, they have a person, I don't know anymore. They had a person whose entire job was to answer questions from the public, and he got blocked.
I think every scientific institution has someone like that.
And, it's a very rare thing to find someone who can communicate science, who actually understands it,
Oh, yeah.
to the average person.
Yeah.
The
And it's
way the
even rarer
language
if
of
you can.
science is.
Yeah. And it's even rarer if you can explain it to Roger, because I think nobody can.
Yeah, Roger is special in that way. Like using the term theory, right? Theory, when something becomes a theory in science, it's basically the closest thing you can get to a fact. It's just called in theory because it's open to revision when new information is available.
Yeah. Science doesn't.
This would take a long time to go over every little bit in detail, but out here, this thing popped last night. And I looked.
Then, was there a vibrator that got too close?
It popped the sit?
Maybe it popped the zit or in last sitting not. But something popped.
Oh, that was me. Oh.
I'm
This is it's biology.
Oh, sorry.
Look at that.
Good night, Ivy. Good night, Ivy.
Good night.
See you later. Oh wait, I still got cake. I got myself some cake for my birthday. Yes, I'm a dumbass. I know.
Oh, dude. Oh yes, Yom Haledik Sameach. Yom Haledik Sameach. Yom Haledik Sameach. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yom Haledik Sameach is just a way of saying happy birthday.
That's biology, my friends. You've been with me long enough. You know what's going on here.
We know what's going on here, dude. You look at that and you see a scab, you see a pimple, and you see sweat glands. You see whatever you want to see, and then you post it on the Reddit course. He's point man.
This is some kind of biology. And it's nasty out at this end, and it's starting to pop. Wherever the earthquake went off last night, probably right there. I don't know.
It wasn't an earthquake. It was a giant stone vibrator. It had to be.
Let's settle in and see if we can see anything.
Come on, Roger. Give us more.
They do it by patching over and over and over.
No, it's not. It's just giving you higher resolution, and the higher resolution satellite photos were taken at a time when there wasn't so much net.
All right, so we got anchorage right over here. We got Cook Inlet. Mount Spur is it's ready to pop. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Don't forget, I'm talking about
to pop.
Mountain Spur is about to pop. All it needs is some good vibes. Roger, what was those things that looked like giant stone dildos that we did a thing. We did a stream. I forget what they were called.
It's hard to remember all of the shit he sees.
Now let me show you biology down here. You can see all kinds of biology if you want to look at every detail. But I'm going to show you the details that I would like to have somebody explain to me what is going on with that. If that's not biology.
Okay, so let me take a crack in it. a good long time ago, right? The water level was lower because there was more ice on the land, and there was a channel beyond the 5 water there. What do you think? Because I know that's the title flat.
I don't know what is. Do you see that? They didn't put that in as a road.
Yeah, that's definitely. Fuck you asshole! Holy shit,
We're looking at a tidal flat where water is draining.
This is some kind of biology growing out of there and doing what? I don't know. What its job was?
It's not my fucking knowledge.
But it's all over here. It's everywhere. It's not just there.
Now it's where the water's draining into the sea, dumbass.
Oh my.
You see this?
Maybe it's not a tidal flat. Maybe, but that earthquake was like in the 1970s. There were some tidal waves in the 1970s, and it basically inundated land, and then a lot of it was never reforested.
Okay. Maybe it's
these are the kind of things they should be, the National Geographic, USGS should be looking and saying, well, please explain it. If you can explain that as geology, I'd like to.
There was a landslide that created a giant tsunami. I'm wondering if that was it, or whether or not this is just the title.
Have that explanation. Now,
yeah, okay.
We saw the cloaca. We're seeing all kinds of biology here. This is a membrane of some sort. What it's doing here, draining these fluids off, I don't know. Again, this is a very complex creature. This is not like just a regular rectum. This is.
Okay, and I know that there is.
And an ass and other and urinal tracts go different places.
You know what I should have done before the stream started? I should have welcomed the newest subby. Yeah, Corey needs a wrench too. I should have welcomed the newest subby that I know their name. They are English-speaking Ukrainian too. Well, okay. they obviously speak both, but they subscribe. I can't pronounce it because I can't read Cyrillic here.
It's doing something really serious. And then over here is where you got all those fluids again.
Well, I can read some Cyrillic, but there's a few words that I could
and all those fluids keep coming down, feeding the pincher out here, whatever it is, injector. I don't. People go, oh, there's an injector. That's a pincher.
It's a giant penis of his West Coast dragon. He calls it. I'm going to have to restart. I'll be right back, computer crap.
Okay. Okay, so how am I gonna fucking entertain these fuckers? Oh my god, yep. And we got Mr. Mud Fossil. What to do with him? Ooh, now my image is really big. That's kind of scary. I'm pretty good. Oh, that's poop. There's the commander and back. That was a quick restart.
And we are back. Well, I just restarted Edge. So we didn't lose any viewers. Hooray.
No. They were like, oh, there's still
my
a cool
friends,
person here. So they were mistaken, because I'm not cool, but I'm just silly.
Yeah, well, me. Ellie, here's the title. What?
They didn't put that in as a road.
No.
This is something doing something really serious. And then over.
Extremely serious.
The mate. And it's jizzing all the place, I guess.
Sorry, I get
maybe
really stupid when I hear him talk. Oh my God.
Here is where you got all those fluids again. And all those fluids keep coming down, feeding the pincher out here, whatever it is, injector. I don't. People go, oh, it's an injector, it's a pincher, it's a squirter, whatever you call it. It squirts out.
Oh yes. Since this is a very Ukraine-friendly channel, we have to point this out. Then the team that made Stalker changed the title to Chernobyl with an O instead of an E in order to piss off the Russian invaders. Why, yes, they did. They changed it to the proper spelling. Interestingly enough, Chernobyl used to be a Jewish trading town until the Soviets took over, a lot of people. But it used to be a trading port. And that Russia, that Trump, and Donald Trump really needs to leave the United, yes, and Elon. And Donald Trump really needs to leave the United States in the way that Yanukovych left Ukraine. But hopefully there will be no Russia by that time.
Some kind of deadly stuff. So it's all up in this area. It's being festered up in here, and it's just shooting right out. You see all the white? The white means it's up high, yes, but it also means that that's the tube. Because I follow this tube all the way down, and it is the tube.
Is that a long tube with demons?
Maybe. Well, it is like a giant jizz tube, I guess, where all the nastiness that he was talking about comes in.
When you get to the top here, you can actually see the height of it.
Is nasty? What? Nothing nasty about that.
It's a giant fucking dragon. I mean, jizz does have its purpose. Rabies.
Yeah, dragon jizz.
Yeah, but this is a giant dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Dragon jizz is gross. Yeah.
Well, right at the very injector is the best place to see it, or whatever you want to call it.
My injector is the best thing to see.
Let's just go. It comes right up here. I mean,
sorry, but I gotta mess with everything he says because he is so extremely stupid. I like this actually is something you could use as a point to show how diluted, how delusional MAGA is. Like, if you get someone like this voting the same as you, please think again. Please think again. Like, it's someone like this and the KKK. Don't forget that. If you're voting the same as the KKK and stupid people like this, then what you doing? What you doing with your life?
Well, if you spend your life full of hate, you're not doing it very well. And part of this channel is trying to do, even though given my schedules, I haven't been able to produce enough content to make the algorithm happy with me.
Well, as long as we are happy with you.
Want it from it. Yeah, as long as you're happy with me, that's fine. I want to produce content that's both fun, but also raises awareness about Ukraine, about democracy, about... I want to do stuff that's fun and profound too, in that scored.
Well, this definitely falls in the category of fun. Making fun of stupid ass.
Russia pushed a bunch of propaganda on the United States, and unfortunately, a lot of people have fallen for it. I have to do one of those anti-Russian propaganda, basically making fun of the propaganda, but also explaining its truths. Does actually take quite a bit of preparation on like this.
No missing it. Comes right up here, and then it hits here, and right up in here. It's hard to see how it transfers over, but it comes right over into this, which is the tube.
Yep, they absolutely did. Now, there's something that Lokifish called to my attention, and it's a little bit politically sensitive, so I need to find the right time. But it's this thing where people can find one or two things and say, see, they be lying. And then that undermines the credibility of the establishment, really. And what Russian propaganda does is it constantly wants you to mistrust that there are people who are most likely to protect you. And hopefully the School of Hard Knocks will teach America before it's too late, but it might already be.
Now, whether it comes here and then just squirts down, I don't know. This is the pin that this thing would retract into, like this here. The pin here, and this is...
Yeah, that's the pin.
Scorpions don't even have that.
Don't tell him.
We should do a stream about this. And if anyone that I know, if I could do that, I'm not Rich Yerkson. If you'd like to actually talk about this, be more than happy. I've monitored all this stuff. I've been having panic attacks ever since I saw how they responded to Obama in 2009. I detected Nazi bullshit, or at least indications of Nazi bullshit just beneath the surface.
Zip, and it would lay back into those folds. Now this, you can see how it's just like a...
Yeah, it is. There's a server I'm in right now that I'm not going to disclose because I was invited in and I wanted to be tonight, where I'm thoroughly dueling someone who has basically, he posts his Russian bullshit and I post basic ministry. And we're both moderators, so we can't nuke each other. But I think I'm winning.
Look at it. Just think about what's going on there. You can't, it's just not nothing. This is the muscle part that contracts like this to pull that thing in.
Yeah.
That's the muscle. This is the squirter. Injector.
As giant dick. It's not as big a dick as 12.
Just play that again and have everybody look the other way, not at their screen, and have him say that again.
Well, I mean, Mom would have already clipped it, taken 5 minutes off, and come back with a short. She would have.
Would retract into like this here. The pin here, and this is just zip, and it would lay back into those folds. Now this, you can see how it's just like a, look at it. Just think about what's going on there. You can't, it's just not nothing. This is the muscle part that contracts like this to pull that thing in. That's the muscle. This is the squirter. Injector. And it comes right down that line. You see how high we are here? We're up at minus 866 meters. We go over to here, we're minus 1372. We go over to here, we're minus 3,700. That is there is no other reason for this. Everything I showed you shows that this is biology and it's from a giant creature.
Yeah.
It's a giant thing. It's a giant thing that's actually a mountain king.
Oh my fucking God.
Pleasure.
And this is not the only one. I'm showing them over and over and over. And his beard, I showed you his beard. There's his eyeball right there. And I bet you if you did the geology here, you'd find out these were crocodile tears.
Okay, I do see, kind of see how he sees an eye in there. But as I said, I could see what he sees, but I could not say the stuff he says without laughing.
I know it. And I didn't catch where we were zooming in, but I'm assuming that's the Central Valley of California.
Scorbzilla tears. Right here. And there's,
yep, Central Valley.
There's his beard. And I've shown you Quetzalcoatl, same thing. He's over on the East Coast. There he is right here. There's his head. Now it's time for the National Geographic or Geology Survey.
The Mississippi River Basin is Ethiopian. If Roger starts making sense to you, get pressure immediately. Yes.
Service or whatever they're called to do. Look at this. Let's not run away and hide from this. What's kind of condition is the water in here where his beards are? Here's his throat. It runs all the way up the East Coast. He's a feathered serpent, and these are feathers. Feathers make things grow green.
Yeah, feathers make
these are green mountains.
So, is that basically the scum on his feather just spreading like a virus, or can he just produce brain fog? Watch the next day, he will identify an eye as an asshole. Yeah. And then the next day, he'll say it in the air again. Yep.
They're not mountains, they're the green feathers. And that's just tectonic shifting and squishing and doing that. No, it's not. That is...
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It's the Appalachian
It's a koala right there. And he's spitting out some nasty stuff into the Gulf, whatever that is. They say, oh, no, that's just runoff from agriculture. Well, maybe.
Oh, and by the way, everyone, I do want to let you know, because we talked about Ukraine for a little bit. This channel is probably outside of the Ali's channel and Newman's channel, the smallest channel to be on the Russian hit list. They don't like us. I've actually received taunts from uninstals. And then when I go back, actual professional Russian propaganda channels have been watching us. And they don't like what they see, so that's good.
But it's coming out of his mouth. And I have shown you Typhon, which I will again. I might as well get them all out in one shot. Here's the gigantic fish.
Yep, that's from like 5 years ago. He found the fish.
Oh yeah,
the Typhon.
Getting eaten by
the gigantic dragon, all the way from there up to here.
Dragon, yeah.
With his dragon scaled throat. You see all those dragon scales? That's his dragon scaled throat. Now this one has the same thing. His venom is being produced up in here, and that yellow is his venom, and it comes up to his beards. You see the yellow coming up? Whoop, see it coming up, coming up. They show that on the parades.
Oh, sorry. Is it clear that I'm just making fun of him and not actually acknowledging him?
Yes.
Hell, man.
In case they're watching, yes, fuck Russia.
And in case they're not watching, fuck Russia. I don't care if they watch or not.
I think they watch for a few reasons. Number one, they just want to keep track of opposition that may become important one day. And number two, just in case I were to say anything that might not be public knowledge. And I'm really not going to do that.
Fuzzy looking stuff on the side of the dragon. See, he would be a big, long. They got the floppy looking.
But get this, I've received accusations that Commander Balls1 is actually an Israeli army division commander, that I'm basically Mossad. I've been accused of that. I've been accused of going outright Ukrainian blood, and that's not the case. I've been accused of just like the most ridiculous shit in the chat by the fans.
Stuff with these little fluty looking things coming down. It's just typical dragon in a parade. They have the scales on them.
Typical dragon in the parade, yeah.
Coming all the way down.
Typical dragon in the parade. Holy crap.
I have to find those screenshots of a channel that doesn't exist anymore, because YouTube does actively nib outright Russian and YouTube channel that produce propaganda. So that one was gone. It was called Messianic Militant. But that wound up just being inspiration for well, one of the reasons why I was talking about this weird occult stuff that's just underneath the evangelicals was well, I saw that channel Messianic Militant came and taunted me, and then I watched some of that's exactly what's going on. So some things clicked, and basically you could see the parallels between the theosophical bullshit and the bullshit from the evangelicals. So you could see how the evangelicals were being manipulated. So prompting me actually, I hope one day
This
really
is his
hurts
throat.
their
It's called the
cause.
Draw River. Draw
Yes,
Basin,
glory
something
to
like that.
Ukraine.
And here's where he got cut in his throat. And that's all been recorded as he was
Oh, yeah, it's
attacking
been
the giant
recorded.
fish. And there is the
By
venom
who's it
coming
recorded? Oh, yeah. You dumbass and no fucking body else.
out of his beards. That's venom. And that's the same sort of kind of thing that's going on with Scorbzilla.
Well, I know tapioca weasel is safe below tapioca.
Hey, tapioca.
I have to look that up. Astrolira. I don't know what that word even is. I'm assuming it's safe. Now I gotta go look it up. Hello, Dr. Tapioca Weasel. And you get a rinse. I know you're safe.
And maybe Quetzalcoatl too. I don't know. I don't know. But he was attacking this gigantic fish. And if you dig down in here,
a fictional country. Yeah, from a video game. A fictional country from a video game. Okay.
How is it pronounced?
I have no clue.
you can see the blood vessels and everything. Arteries, veins, capillaries, the whole thing. It just melted the scales right off the fish's back.
Where'd the scales go?
And I can see better.
I'm like, okay. Because when I don't know how to pronounce something, I usually go on to Google Translate.
Arstotska.
Oh, yeah.
They shouldn't be. But I know that that channel that I talked about was me. It shouldn't be. I don't think they are. I know they're not allowed to broadcast in the United States, but Trump might change
Than
that.
any doctor has ever seen, ever, with any microscope. I can actually see all of the capillaries and all these little bitty lymph nodes and lymph ducts.
Oh boy. Roger. And
Roger that.
Why didn't you look at that and say that looked like an inflamed vagina? What's wrong with you, Roger?
Yeah, how did you see that? It's actually a vagina.
I can see everything. Because these things were at the size I'm talking about. They're just absolutely stunningly large.
There's not enough biomass on Earth to feed such a giant creature.
And again, Eye of the Sahara, it's an eyeball. This actually has optic nerve.
No, it doesn't. I wonder if that's an asteroid or just volcanic. It's got to be one or the other.
You see this running around here? These are all optic nerves. All of those run to this whole set of nerves.
Right,
And I'll show you what they look like. They look like little checkerboard squares.
I will be right back. They had the same ill.
Okay. And my dumbass is full on screen again. Well, at least it's not my real face. Well, that's what I want you to think. That actually is my real face. Is the commander popping in? Yes, the commander is popping back in. No, I will not sing because I want the people to stay. So I'm not gonna be singing. So if I start singing, then we'll be losing. People. Yeah, no. I'm definitely not gonna be singing. And like that's like there will be or there's gonna be people leaving or copyright striking. You know, I don't wanna. Okay. I'm getting the link to the video. Okay, where is the decimal chord? There's the decimal chord. The decimal chord. No. Oh, sorry. I'm not in the singing mood. Sorry. Like if I'm sometimes I'm crazy enough to go sing, but I have no clue how far in we were. Let's see. Let me quickly download it. You downloader. Because then both of us will have control. Download. Download. Sorry, guys. We have a little bit of technical difficulties. Our apologies for that. Let's put that there. Let's do a present video file. Documents. Yes, Roger. And what's that? No, it was this one, I think.
As I have some is his venom, and it comes up to his beard. See what they look like?
Comes up to his beard. I don't
That's
know
what
where
optic nerves look like, right there, little squares. Let's settle in for a minute. I've looked at this extremely carefully. There's no question whatsoever these are optic nerves. This whole thing, and that's the thickness of them right there. That's how thick this optic nerve layer is.
Oh,
and there's the nerves.
That's not as thick as you are.
It's exactly what they look like. But you know, to see this, you need a very, very good microscope.
Yeah, probably.
You see? That's the thickness of the optic nerve layer.
Yep.
And there is a ton of them.
Oh, even a tunnel.
Those are all optic nerves.
Are they all optic?
And they lead right down to the eyeball, and they wrap all around the eyeball.
Ooh,
the best spot was right over here. You see them coming up here? Look.
Oh, yeah, I see them coming. Mm.
You see that? Those are all optic nerves. And that layer is about that thick. You imagine how many signals are coming into your eyeball? That's just one little piece of it. It's all over, the whole thing. Every one of these leads up to a whole batch of optic nerves. Now, I'm wondering if, like one like this, might have something to do with different colors or
whatnot,
because it's different than the other ones.
It's different than the other one.
You see how it's got all these little globby looking things in there?
I'm sorry.
That could have just been
He's just so
from some other reason. Well, actually, it didn't hit the. Well, I don't know. I don't know what this is. But you got color, you got. I don't know.
Yep, there we are.
It's time to look at these things.
And I'm sharing it as a video file, so you also have control.
Oh, that's great. I just
For
lowered
really what they are. I know it's mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling. These.
Yeah, everything
it's mind-boggling, but you come up with. Yep.
Mind-boggling how stupid you are. But again,
To come around and they make
the stupidity.
I don't remember. I know Maya and Tapioca cover him saying, yes, they do. I mean, he's an endless source
all
of
your optic nerves. You know, I'm pretty up on the biology, and that's the problem. The people
No,
that
you're not.
He's on biology. Oh, Roger. You don't know the first thing about biology. Oh, yeah, and Sir Sick and Tricky Blinder, they've covered him. But I could have sworn.
Haven't all the debunkers covered him at some point just because he's so fucking silly?
Yeah.
geologists, they don't understand biology. And that,
no, but that, like, a geologist doesn't need to understand biology.
And most geologists, people.
And I'm pretty sure
most of them who got a degree.
Yeah, and I think most of them understand biology more than our dumbass over here.
Yeah, I mean, some geologists actually, cross fields into paleontology, and they need to know a bit about biology. So you got geologists who do paleontology, which means they need to know about geology.
Yeah, but like
and
biology. They at least understand some high school level biology.
Oh, yeah. Well, you and I understand high school level biology, but I'm guessing.
I don't know if I know.
I bet you everyone in the chat does.
I stick it in and you move it around, and then a while later, there's going to be a baby, you know? That's all the biology, you know? No, actually, no.
Well,
I also need to know how to make it feel good for her. That's quite kind of important as well, eh?
Yes.
I don't have any biologists there. They don't understand it. So they go to somebody who's a biologist. He doesn't understand rocks. Somebody else that understands rocks, or thinks they understand, know the names of them, but that's about it. And this right here is a straits. All of this stuff, we got to start to re-examine all the things we thought we knew.
Yeah. I mean, now it has been proven scientifically. Why do we need to examine your stuff? Check the lab. We need good lab. I have in my grasp of biology and chemistry. I have too much for me.
And can we support them? Is there anything there that we can really feel comfortable about? This, I think, might have been a garrison or whatnot for that straits there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is, if it was just washed out this way or not. But this is right on the edge of the straits, which is here.
Yeah.
And that whole thing collapsed, and all that ran out right over the top of which was Atlantis at one time, and just washed this whole thing out.
I'm sorry.
Atlantis.
I'm sorry. He's just so stupid. I can't stop making fun of him. I really can't. Like,
he is silly, 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 silly. Oh.
No, he's not silly. He's just plain fucking stupid.
You know, he's the kind of person who that now Brainless has seen it, and a few people have seen a link to a movie a friend's dad made, The Printer's Issues, but he was an archaeologist. And he did one interview with the Discovery Channel, and then he was hounded by people like Roger for the rest of his life. And he didn't even mention Atlantis in his interview. They just was used for ancient aliens. And the poor guy was like, they never told me my interview would be used in ancient aliens. If they did, I would have said no.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that being an actual archaeologist that actually knows things and follows the scientific method, and then having your interview being used on ancient aliens, and you didn't know it was ancient aliens?
I actually think that he should be able to fight that. So, because that's like fucking destroying his name. Like they make him look like he thinks stupid shit.
Yeah, it was like defamatory, just like mixing.
As you can see.
Yeah.
Created Cape Verde Islands. That's the kind of world we live on. I'm hoping the U.S. Geological Survey will step up and say, let's examine it. I didn't say.
Yeah, let's
examine fucking giant eyeballs out in the middle of North Africa.
Yeah, let's do that.
30-mile diameter.
You have to accept it. I say you have to take it into account. And especially when you have people that could be in harm's way up here. Because I'm telling you right now, I think this thing's going to be explosive, incredibly. And the reason I say that is because underground right now, deep in the ground, is so soft. You know, it's getting soft. That I think it can expand underneath. But when it does,
it's so soft, Daddy, it's so soft. Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
When it does go, it will come back and all that stuff will come out. If it came out just normal, you'd get a pretty good explosion. You'd shoot pretty high up in the sky. But if it just keeps building, 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 and you don't realize it, because the top activity is not magnified as much as you would expect.
That has a professional flapper. You know who the flapper is? Roger.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because way up there, 3,000 meters, something like that, 11,000 feet, something like that. Well, hold on.
You don't fucking know what a meter is, you mega cunt.
Got 3,000 plus meters. Say that was about 3,200 meters, something like that. So that's 11,000 feet, something. I cannot, but it's going to be frozen pretty solid up there. It's going to be pretty hard to crack that egg. But underneath now, you can see it was 33 degrees there on the video I was showing you earlier, and it's.
What were you saying?
That's a hard egg to crack. Yeah, probably, because it ain't no fucking egg.
Well, the CIA and FBI should look into use of much Balls1 University and Spires science videos. That is a psychological torture and interrogation technique. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And they especially spirit science. Spirit science, it will break you psychologically in that.
If you have to watch that,
believe it or not, spirit science is related to Alexander Deacon's religion. Just Google that more candy colored bullshit. But it is actually peddling parts of it. It's just not getting to the parts where they're calling for the matter of anyone who doesn't get the mole.
It's very, very green and fertile down here. This is not a frozen area anymore. Not like it used to be. There's all kinds of things leaking out of here now. I don't know. This is just a mess.
And it's leaking out.
And it's feeding that pincher, squirter, jabber.
Pincher, squirter,
whatever you
grabber.
want to call it.
What is it doing? Is it squirting? Is it pinching?
I know.
Grabbing?
It's squirting and jabbing at the same time. But I thought the jabber was different than the squirting. Well, I could be wrong.
Greenland's having trouble now too. They're thawing out. Everybody's thawing out. All the polar regions, because the Earth has just absorbed too many electrons. Electrons are nothing more than heat.
Nothing more than heat.
I mean, photons. He means photons, but well, I don't know what he means. But photons would be told me.
Yeah, saying photons are heat, that would probably fit better than electrons being heat, but yeah.
Al says, I just keep thinking how you get someone who got the experience of reading what this guy has. Yeah. And I don't know what he has. I mean, maybe he gaslit himself into believing his own bullshit. Maybe he's got a bunch of trolls encouraging him to do it.
Oh, that.
Maybe he's genuine lying sack of shit, and he just feels important by doing this. Or maybe he genuinely believes that he has, and he gets a sense of feeling of importance that people are listening to him.
Well, if he is doing this like as a scam, then he is very convincing.
Yeah, he plays an idiot part rather well.
And in explaining what it is, but in showing how stupid he supposedly is.
Yeah, he's convincing in that way. He's convinced me that he probably does believe in
heat. And the electrons don't shoot back out into space. Some do, very, very few. And the reason is the atmosphere out at the very edge of the atmosphere out here is 3,000 degrees. Because we're in a scroll.
Well, it might be 3,000 degrees in parts of it, but the density of the air is so low that the equal energy that is being imparted onto, say, a spacecraft is nowhere near enough to shake it up. Because the number of atoms that have that energy, the atoms are so sparse, so even when they do hit the spacecraft, it's like not really heating it up. Because there's simply not enough there to convect the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to spout nonsense than it is to do real science.
Scrubbing. We have to somehow, and I don't think it's possible. It's not possible. Might as well forget it. Because the thing that is causing this now, the heat, it's a runaway. The hotter it gets, it's like opening a refrigerator door more and more and more. The hotter it gets, the more this expands outwards because it can't absorb it. And the further it gets out, the harder it scrubs. The harder it scrubs, the hotter it gets. The hotter it gets, the more melt. The more melt, the more methane. There's more expansion. It's a runaway train. I wish.
Ow. Fred, we have a private chat tonight. Okay, so I've been doing a yard trek for the longest time, and I've just been looking over the parts. And, my pre-trip, and I've forgotten a few of the names of the ports, especially with the air brake system. Might need to ask you that. As they're gonna basically pre-trip me. Then before they even let me go out in the bird test.
I had better news for you, but I do not. Okay, that's Mount Spur, and it drains off this way into Cook Inlet. Now, let's take a look at what happens down here.
What happens down there?
Captain Cook probably went there. I don't know. And just don't let the stone vibrators and engineering.
All right, this is where it gets kind of freaky. This is where Spur dumps out into Cook Inlet. Now look at what you're seeing here. These are some kind of like arteries or
they're varicose veins, no, they're not. It's where water drained into the tidal
some kind
way.
of vessels coming out of here, and they're all coming out of the stream, the same flow, same over here. Not only that, as you go up here, people that understand mud fossils understand abrupt transitions, and this is about as abrupt of a transition as they're ever going to see. You see this stuff?
Yeah, I see it.
What's going on?
Oh my God. I see that stuff. But it's not what you think it is, you dumbass.
Yeah. It's a tidal plant. And then we're going into a different terrain. Probably a swamp.
On there is, this is biology on some other plane that I have never seen before. Look at this. I don't think anybody came in here and put this.
No, because it is
the north you go. Yeah, it's not a ring. The farther north you go, and the narrower are the inlet. Often the bloodstream times. That's definitely got to be
road
a
in here
tidal
and put all these veins and arteries all over the place. And no, absolutely not. What is this all about? It was obviously biology. Nobody in their right mind could deny that. And here it comes up here, and here it comes up over here. The same stuff. It's over here, same thing. This whole area is some kind of...
Think of that. Roger, that's completely different. Not somebody in their right mind can't deny it. It's just someone in their right mind can't come up with that. Raji.
That was very, very special.
I don't know what.
Roger.
But this is all the same biology. All right, so I know that when I start talking about this kind of stuff, it freaks people out. Yes, it does. But this thing is a gigantic...
It doesn't freak us out. It makes us want to laugh. Yes. When we do, I don't know if I want to monetize it. I'm financially stable and but we have to have that somewhere in the channel as like a badge or something if we ever do monetize. And the only reason why I even thought of that was this fucking crisis and the possibility that other crises will go on as the world gets more digit and twice finances get.
Gigantic cloaca. Mount Spur.
But I could see entering having some kind of Rogers Feather Metal, membership. Just to poke fun at the
Is the poop side, and this side over here is the fluid side. They come together as a cloaca.
Oh yeah, they come together as a cloaca.
But on top of that, this thing is from, a cloaca, it means it's attached to an avian or a reptilian creature. And that's what this is. It is a gigantic reptilian creature, goes all the way from up here, all the way out to its pincher out here. Or injector, whatever you want to call it. And this is the actual...
Oh, I just call it my dick. Oh.
Yeah, it's a giant dick.
Yes, he is.
Tube that carries the injection fluid. And that injection fluid is erupting right now over at a
giant money shot. That's what it was. Just a giant money shot.
It's right over here. It's one of these little islands. They had an eruption last night. And this little wrinkle zone, right there, you see that?
Doesn't mean there's dragons.
Yeah, that's a gland where the juice is made, I think. When we say at the base.
That's so the squirter here can go back in and get ready to shoot out. This is muscle. This is muscle. When that thing goes in, this is the injector tube, and it's it's a tube. It's pretty solid, probably. This is muscle. Think about this. When that came back here, that muscle would stretch out. All right, so it's back here and ready to pinch. It's like pins on that. It's settled into this squishy stuff there. And this now is stretched.
This squishy stuff.
As it comes back here. It pulls in. It's pulled in now. And that thing has squirted all over there. This is biology. I'm sorry. The Earth is a biological thing. Virtually everything is biological. And it's time for the people that are supposed to be investigating this to stop and look. That's all I'm asking. And then we can go from there. All right, thank you. Okay, my friends, this is going to be serious and it's going to be funny. We're going to rename the Gulf of Alaska to the Gulf of Spur because of the Spur volcano that's up here. This is all one continuous volcanic system. All of these are volcanoes.
Well, Sherlock, I was looking for that video that Mom did about Spires.
And I'm going to tell you what it actually is. This is a creature.
And that video just ended. So we have to look for that to be continued. And we just hit 14 viewers when Roger kind of forgot to continue the video or whatever he's editing. And so probably next week, I'm not going to know my schedule right away, but I will try to stream Saturday and Sunday. Maybe. I need to learn my schedule because I'm starting a new job. Probably don't have a set schedule, but try to make the SLIMCyborg streams and then learn about my schedule as it goes. If anyone right now, I am thousands in the hole. If anyone can help, at least until I get my next paycheck with food, they also have to transport my brother from JFK, basically to get him to the Port Authority and then to a flash. That's not being covered by my rich relatives. They're only covering mom's transport and hers to America, and then the hospital and the medical teams are taking my mom to a hospital and are choosing. This will hopefully happen on the 26th. So mom is getting back to America, and then she's going to have to go to a nursing home. The books, or because I had money stolen out of an account, and the account was compromised. I had to do something that normally you never do, but it's an emergency. Basically, mix payee account, because there was not, at least until I got my money refunded from the bank. And even then, I just moved that money into the only account that I had a working debit for. So there's an enormous amount of, correction that needs to be done. And I do hope that yes, there's a PayPal. I will PM it. Believe it or not, when I was in the UK, Cash App would not work because my phone was in UK. But I will put the PayPal in the SLIMCyborg server in my own server. I do not want to put the PayPal directly onto this specific channel because I know for a fact Russians watch it. Yeah.
And again, fuck Russia.
You can find the stream within back. There's Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
And I'm gonna be having more spare time since mom's going into a nursing home to put together more detailed streams. Streams that are fun yet also academic. And looking for a file to go out on. This was the actual video that got both a compliment and an attempted copyright strike by a Russian asshole. They both complimented it and then reported it for service violations, even though there was no service violations. So I just want to show it all. And then we will go.
America.
Wait, that's what it started here. And yes, we need a revolution of dignity. A nation which would prefer disgrace to danger is preparing for master and deserves one. And that's one thing I've noticed that the Ukrainians, they would prefer danger over disgrace. And I need to grow a backbone, and everyone in America needs to grow a backbone and stand up to the Mango Mussolini.
Most people can only learn about this from history textbooks from the stories of wars of independence that took place generations ago and battles of freedom won by others. But the experience of the enemies of freedom is always fresh. They don't refer to textbooks. They know how to break democracy and destroy life. It is enough for them to have their slightest feeling that they can go unpunished, and then evil acts. This is where the threat to our values comes from. This is why democracy is in danger. Ukraine knows what it is to fight for democracy right now, and let our experience of preserving freedom during total war help protect the free world, each of your peoples. When you see Ukrainian cities burned by Russian aggression, and when you see brave Ukrainian soldiers that stop the movement of the aggression through our land, notice what you are actually seeing. This is deciding the fate of not only Ukraine, this is deciding the fate of everyone who is used to living freely. It is Ukraine that Russia is able to reach with its bloody hands, with missiles and artillery, bombs and tanks. But the Kremlin's ambitions does not end just where its hands reach. Russia has been at war with all of you for a long time, with the democracies of the world. It fights via disinformation, election interference, espionage, corruption, exporting, cybercrime. Why is this happening? This is war. Ladies and gentlemen, this is war precisely against freedom and democracy. Every foe of freedom acts in the same way. I emphasize they act. Democracy must be able to act and act in advance. Democracy must learn to be uncompromising in the face of evil. The spirit of democracy is to find a compromise, but this only works for internal freedom in a given country. We should get rid of the illusion that compromising with evil can give something to freedom. The enemies of democracy must lose, and only these can be the basis of true security for democracy. Embrace this Ukrainian determination. Ukrainian democracy maintains absolute internal unity even in the face of a total war against our people. To win is our national goal. What does it mean to win? Our answer is clear: to preserve freedom, to preserve dignity, to preserve our land. But what is the strategy of the free world in relation to totalitarian Russia, which is looking for how to create more totalitarian allies in the world? Is there such a clear strategy? I will tell you what it should be. Clear answer: evil must lose their war. If it loses now, it will know that it will always lose everywhere.
And I want to play one more video because the lyrics are a lesson to every person in the Western world to learn from.
Ukraine's freedom has not yet perished, nor has her glory upon us, fellow Ukrainians. Fate shall
we will be fighting. Lori has not stated. We will get through this. Look at adversity not as something to be shunned, but basically embrace it head on and overcome it. And we will be free. And if you have a problem with that, there's a great bit of toughness in the history of the nation. And that song inspired this. And after this, we will sign out. But you'll love it because the song was designed for anyone to play if they live in a country where there's a despot who needs an ass.
Torn, but still they wave. For we are the free, we are the brave. A tide of foes has risen tall, but they will break and they will fall. Our homeland calls, we stand as one. The fight's not over, it's just begun. Through the fire, through the storm, through every trial, we are reborn. The light of freedom burns inside. For our nation, for our right. Our freedom lives, our glory stands. The fate of our nation lies in our hands. The sun will rise and darkness fade. Our enemies vanish in the dawn's cleansing rays. This is our time, it's ours to claim. For our children in our name. Once more, my brothers, we shall be free in our own land. The fields are scarred, the skies are gray. Our hopes seem lost, but not today. For fate has smiled, the tide has turned. The spark of freedom fiercely burns. The morning dew will soon be gone. Swept away by the coming dawn. Our enemies tremble, their time is near. The rays of justice banish fear. The winds of change are blowing strong. We've waited for this day so long. Through blood and tears, we paid the cost. Now we'll reclaim what we thought lost. Our freedom lives, our glory stands. The fate of our nation lies in our hands. The sun will rise and darkness fade. Our enemies vanish in the dawn's cleansing rays. This is our time, it's ours to claim. For our children in our name. Once more, my brothers, we shall be free in our own land, our destiny. From the ashes of despair we rise, our courage bright beneath the skies. Through every storm, through every fight, we've kept the flame, we've held the light. No chain can hold, no foe can bind. Our hearts are steel, our wills aligned. The world will know, the world will see that we are the keepers of liberty.
Bill are in the same fight. Ukrainians are fighting with guns and bombs right now. And Europe needs to hold out to apply them. Everyone in America needs to get our acts together and weaken the Republicans, kick them out of 2026, and then hopefully impeach the bloody cunt and get him out. And really, Western civilization is dependent upon Ukraine, dependent upon Europe supplying Ukraine, and dependent on the United States getting its act together and not starting war with the rest of NATO. And I will just say this, if Trump starts war with a NATO nation, I'm on NATO's side, not Trump's. So, good night, everybody. And
Good
I
night.
will do my best to give you a heads up when I'm going to be broadcasting, but I have no idea of my schedule yet. I'm going to be doing it from a truck, but this stream went well. And hopefully the hotel Wi-Fi was the issue with the technical issues. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.